last thing we need is somebody looking too closely at this thing. All right, I'll see you around. Hi, I'm Frank Wilson, and I want to turn you into a captain of industry. If you're hungry and you're willing to learn, I can teach you how to build a bulletproof investment portfolio, taking in everything from agriculture to aviation. But before I bestow my wealth of industrial experience upon you, I gotta be sure that you can handle yourself. So, welcome to Spoolsville. It's a little backwater burg where you can come to grips with the basics of business without causing too much damage to your reputation, or mine. So here's your assignment. I want to see if you can figure out how to build the facilities to create VHS tapes. Nothing too taxing. Once you've figured out the lay of the land, so to speak, we can take off the training wheels and start making some real money. You ready? Good. Then I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, Cobes. I was still switched over to the work computer, where I had been having meetings on this microphone earlier on. Gosh, what a good way to start the day. And Alicia's talking to me because she can apparently hear me. How come she can hear me? Huh. Oh, but we're back. Thank you, Cobes, for that. I was a little lax in my setup this evening. We need to grow the business in new directions. Let's have Theodore Jones go. You jumped over and you were like talking and you couldn't hear anything and then you heard something in the game. So game sounds are working, but microphone not. Yes. And out there in YouTube land, looks like we had some people drop in and drop out for probably the same reasons. So, hi out there on YouTube, and hi to Cobes and everybody watching on Twitch, or maybe who just has it open because nobody said, hey, dumbass. Okay, so we're going to assign a contract. We're going to assign Theodore Jones, VP of Sales, to go looking for a contract. Thanks, Copes. Keeping me on the straight and narrow. Appreciate you. So streaming on a Wednesday night. I don't normally stream on a Wednesday night these days. Normally Wednesday is trivia currently, and that means date night with the wife. But she is out of town this week, so I've decided to skip trivia and stream instead. Monday I wasn't streaming either because I had to take a kid to and from work unexpectedly because the wife's out of town. Alright, let's select our resource here. We're going to sell the crude oil. Oh, it was already selected. Negotiating for contracts is simple. First you select the resource and whether you want to buy or sell. Then you select the company to partner with for this new contract. And after that, you should select the exact scale in numbers of the contract. Finally, we choose the delivery point from the drop-down and finish it off by confirming the details of our soon-to-be negotiated contract. Alright, so let's select this dude. 30 barrels every 7 days. Pick it up from the headquarters. Sure. Expected revenue per delivery, $1,050. Market value, but actual contract value will be subject to negotiation. Each delivery will consist of 30 barrels every 7 days. Alright. We've seen our representative to Warren Mason, CEO of 2G, to discuss the offer. We can expect to hear back tomorrow. How are you doing, sir? Good. Glad to hear it. I am glad that the weather is clearing up a little bit around here, although it's kind of nasty today and tomorrow. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. I thought we were out of that. We received a notification on the contract. Cool. Working in gaming. What are you playing at the moment? Warframe and Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Cool, cool. Did you check out anything in Steam's Next Fest? What is it? So it's a whole huge amount of demos, like hundreds of games that are coming out soon, or haven't been announced or when their release will be yet, and they all make free demos available on NextFest. So I installed about 30 demos, and this is one of them. So I'm just sort of randomly running through those at the moment, checking out which things I want to wishlist. Delivery manager, add a delivery, crude oil, origin will be tanker loading facility, hydrocarbon extraction facility, and destination will be the central office. Yes. You heard about one being a mud-style D&D type game that you play as the game master and the player NPC is kind of dumb. Oh, Tavern Quest. I did see Tavern Quest in there when I was looking through the list. Yeah, that was definitely one of them. I didn't really get much of a rundown on it. There were so many of them that I was like flicking through them fairly quickly. In my initial overview. So there goes our deliveries. Five barrels a day being delivered. The description: a classic text adventure, but you're not the one playing it. You're the game master for an idiot player named Steve. Pass the player's enigmatic commands and decide how NPCs react to them. Oh, that sounds cool. I'm not sure how long it lasts as being cool. Hey, crazy CR7 over there on YouTube. Welcome in. We're checking out something industry. What is it called? Rise of Industry 2, the Steam Next Fest demo here. This strikes me a little bit more like a Sim City than what I was hoping for. Plastic production is more complex than oil extraction. You need to make sure you have a great plan in place before we start breaking ground on a new complex. It's a really handy tool for that. Actually, it's called the Production Manual. Accessible in the top right corner of your HUD. Let's take a look at it now. Production Manual. Holy, it's complex though. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. Okay, crude oil. Crude oil pumped from the depths turns into gasoline, plastics, chemicals, and other products. Details. Can't buy it. You can sell it. You own land that contains deposits, storage, tanks, transport, contract deliveries, pipelines, crude oil, goes to fractionator, gives you waxes and natural gas, goes to a fractionator, that fractionator waxes go to a fractionation tower, and I should know about these, this is exactly what we do. This chemical production facility turns crude oil into chemicals and produces some other industrial chemicals as byproducts. So we get natural gas and chemicals out of that. Out of chemical works we get rubber and natural gas. Out of a paint factory we get paint. Out of a plastic fractionation tower we get plastic. And out of an oil turbine plant we get power. Okay, single step. That's actually, let's back that up. Oop. Go in there. Crude oil 10 becomes 4 plastic a day. Okay. So we need 10 barrels of crude oil. We're currently only producing 5, I think. Yeah. So our single oil well is only producing 5 barrels of crude oil a day, and that production calculator thing said we're going to need 10 to produce 4. Required technology, plastic fractionation crude oil, which you have to buy. Acquire the tech. Research points, that's not cash, okay. We'll spend 400 of the 2,500. And then we're going to need a plastic fractionation, no, a plastic production complex. It's a whole different thing. Okay. We've opened the production manual and I've poked through that there. There's a lot going on here. Here you can review every resource, technology, building, complex available to you. I think you'll find it'll be a great tool for planning production. At the top, 4 tabs, each representing a different category of knowledge critical to running a successful industrial concern. Technologies, resources, buildings, and complexes. On the left, you'll see the options to your current tab. Don't get nervous, it's a lot of stuff, but you can handle it. Crude oil. Here's the basic information for what is currently selected. And this is the details. Shows us about the production that comes out of the resource that's currently selected. And we are looking for a plastic page. There. Plastic's made a few ways, but there's only one of these that we care about right now. Follow that lead by clicking on the highlighted building, which is the plastic fractionation. Have you ever been a game master for a text adventure or anything similar? Negative. Never been a game master, period. Oh, I have not been a game master, period. You were asking Cobes. I think Cobes has. If I remember right. Show how much I pay attention here in just a second. Gonna have to upgrade the scale of the crude oil supply line. We'll need to build another well or two, and that way we can keep our current contract as well. Produce 15 barrels of crude a day, so that's going to require building complex. Complex facilities, oil wells. Do you care where I put these, sir? I presume they have to go over the... like the oil. Does it tell me? Produce 15 a day, but how much power and water are we gonna have to draw because of that? Can I click on? Currently we're using 1050 water, electricity 300 kilowatts. We do have the capacity for power and water with our existing lines for that. Okay, good. Why is this one burning off gas? This one's doing different stuff. This one's got a different tank in it. They've all got different tanks. They've all got different tanks. That drives me nuts. And this one's got a flare. Don't waste that gas. Capture that gas. Use that gas. Alright. Now if you open the build menu as before, you'll notice that additional hydrocarbon extraction complex. There, in addition, there is a new complex, plastic production complex. We want to put the plastic production complex over here. Plastic production complex has it's got no electricity, so we're going to need to build the distribution connections. There's no electricity anywhere near here, so we're going to have to build the lines as well. Alright, so power distribution's going. Hey Crow, welcome in. How have you been, sir? What's the strategy behind placing the oil wells? There's not a huge amount of strategy in placing the oil wells. They have to go over a resource spot inside the but really the trick is to place the complex boundaries in such a way that they contain all of the resource locations. So placing the wells anywhere inside the complex boundaries should help there. Let's see, daily use Electricity's up. Electricity is going to come up. That should be all that I need here. The complex doesn't need water at the moment. Doesn't need industrial water anyway. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks, thanks, Crow. Has that snow let up for you up there? We're supposed to get snow down here tomorrow. It's been really nice for several days. Lots of outside time, but then tomorrow it's supposed to snow, and that's just rude. Did you get a break from it? Power lines are almost done. There we go. But the distribution is not... Oh, I've got to build an access road as well. Can't build the power distribution plant if we don't have an access road to be able to get to them from. Snow's melting 11 degrees Celsius today. Positively balmy. That's a lot of construction there. Oh, there's a list here. Build... I see. Yeah, so all our snow melted, and then for days we had just water hanging around all over the place, and I was walking the dogs down the middle of the road. Build an industrial storage warehouse. Build a tanker loading facility. A tanker loading facility? Okay. What's the next step? Building the oil production. So the oil production is going strong. I wonder if that indicates size, maybe. The fact that these things have got the oil heads have now, the second one has a flare on it. I wonder if that indicates how well its production is going. Our tanks are 23% full over there on oil production. We're only moving 5 barrels a day over to that sales contract, so actually need to move fairly quickly here on getting the plastics production up, because I need to start siphoning some of that oil off there. And then let's set up delivery. Where was delivery? There we go, deliveries. That's it. Okay, add a delivery. Crude oil. We're going to go from the hydrocarbon extraction to the plastic production. Yes, and we're going to go with 10 barrels a day. Yeah, it has to be 10. Alright, we got it all done. Now the oil production is working and the plastics production is working as well. And there's lots of space for expansion on the oil production. I don't know how much more we're going to need to do on plastic production, apart from when we get more oil, we produce more plastic. Look at that, you're practically a mogul all on your own. Now that you have plastic, we're in touching distance from our cassette tape dreams. For that, we'll start a media production complex and a cassette tape factory in that complex. So we open the production manual, we go to cassette tape factory. We can see that it's going to require plastic and paper. Can't make paper here in Spoolsville. We don't have the kind of wood processing chops to do so. Looks like we're going to have to buy some. Go ahead and find a contract, and buy paper, get started making cassette tapes. Okay. So let's start with the new complex, media production. Is it going to tell me where I have to put this one? No, it's not. But let's put it right across the road from the last one. Distribution, we're going to need power. We're going to need water. Pipes. the access roads. Can't go through the middle of the rocks. What a shock. What a shock. We can't take our access road through the middle of those massive boulders. We're going to need a consumer goods warehouse. Let's put that thing there. And then let's talk about consumer goods loading dock. That will go there. Industrial storage. Put that there. That up. Connect that up. Put the industrial loading bay there and connect that up. Cassette tape factory. How big is that? Bother. Those rocks are a pain. Well, that was some pretty poor planning on my part, but that's all right. It's not going to be the end of the world. So we should now be able to set up distribution. Let's take a look at the production manual and see what this requires. It requires 8 plastic. Requires 8 plastic. Now my plastic facility is only producing 4 plastic a day, right? Yeah. So to get 8 this is the Steam Next Fest demo for Rise of Industry 2. So we're just in the tutorial demo phase, and I'll make a decision at the end of this whether or not it's something that I want to wishlist or not, and wait for the finished product to become available. All right, we're going to need more oil production. So that should get us another couple of oil production, which will bring our oil to 25. Means I need to increase the deliveries from 10 to 20. We'll need to increase that to 20. What's going on here? Oh, I am short on power. I don't have enough power. Actually, I do have enough power. I don't have enough water. I need to do something to increase my water capacity. Water usage. is needs 5,000, only have capacity for 4,000. Do I put in a second? I saw something somewhere about upgrades. Water pipe connector expanded. Distribution. Water pipe connector expanded. That'll cover 14,000 cubic meters per whatever the measurement cycle is. I don't need that. I only need to increase it by another one. I may have wasted the research resources there. I think the pipes can handle it, but I needed a connector, a distribution connector. So that is produced. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, we need 5,000. We're using 8,000. We have 8,000 capacity. We need 5,000. Power is fine, so this should now be producing... Oh, tanker loading bays. There are only 24 loading bays. In this truck facility, so I'm going to need to put in a second truck facility. I'm just going to drop for half an hour or so. I'll be here, Crow. I will be here. So, and I don't know if I'll still be playing this in half an hour, but I'll be playing something. We'll be maybe checking out the next thing by then. Alright, let's see if I can up that delivery now to 20. Good. And let's see, the plastic production, we have enough power and enough water. We now have the delivery, our inputs should be covered at 20 crude oil a day. And that means that the cassette tape manufacturing thing has enough power, has enough water. I don't have delivery of plastic set up. Let's do delivery. Add a delivery of plastic from the plastic production. this needs an industrial loading facility. Do not have that. Not entirely sure how I missed putting that in, but there we go. So we now have our industrial loading facility that will allow me to take plastic from the plastics place to the media production place, and that is going to go at a value of 8 a day. Building's not finished being built yet, so I can't do that. Let's try that again. 8. Excellent. So now we had to increase oil production so that we could increase plastic production, so we could meet the minimums to do for the cassette loading place. Now all I need is a contract, a new contract. Theodore can go and take care of that. Select resource. We're looking for paper, and we're looking to buy purchase order 12 pallets every 6 days. This requires 2 pallets. 2 pallets every day. That's 12 pallets every 6 days. Yep, that's great. I want to buy 12 pallets every 6 days. Go ahead and lock that contract in. Last production run of cassette tapes failed due to lack of paper. That's okay. Zero consumer goods storage. But we have 8 drums of plastic there, so I suppose this will get paper in it as well. That was the sound that says the contract has been confirmed. This is showing failed due to lack of inputs paper. There's the plastics delivery dude. When does my paper start coming? Still got no paper? Still got no paper. Where's my paper? Your contract is waiting for its first delivery, scheduled for 24th of October, which is today in game time. Come on. Where's the paper? Bring me the paper. I should definitely move this facility so it's directly across the road here. So those trucks just need to go zip, 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 zip. It's the 26th of October. Where's my paper? October 24, scheduled drop off 12 pallets, successful. Next delivery 30th. So we should have 12 pallets of paper here somewhere. See if I can find out where they are. Oh! I bet they're at the regional office, aren't they? I bet they're at the regional office. Let's do deliveries. Add a delivery of paper from the regional office to media production, 2 pallets per day. That was the trick in the contract. Yeah, at headquarters. That was the trick. Paper delivery is in, but it wasn't coming to the media production facility. Had to be moved from the headquarters to the media production facility so that we can make our VHS tapes. It says cassettes. They're VHS cassettes, they are. And last production was successful. Woo! We are now producing VHS cassettes. And look, the VHS cassette factory has a symbol on the top so you can clearly tell what it is that it's producing. And that might be the tutorial done. They do have one scenario, I think. Start a contract to sell the tapes. Contracts. Negotiate a contract. Theodore. We will go with cassette tapes. And we're going to sell cassette tapes. How many are we producing? Producing 4 boxes. 4 cassette tapes. It's 4 a day, right? Daily production 4 a day. So yeah, let's look at selling half of them. At headquarters. Which means I need to set up a delivery of cassette tapes from here to go to headquarters. And we're going to produce, I said 20 every 10 days, so 2 every day, which is half the production. Congratulations, you've done it. You're officially done with Frankie's tutorial training program. I can award you the certificate of completion with all rights, honors, and privileges associated therein. Heh, always wanted to say that. There's a whole lot out there, a whole lot more out there you can trip up. There's a whole lot more that can trip you up. Factory fires, utility contracts, regulators, but now we've got the basics down. I'm sure you'll be able to weather any storm. And besides, we ever have a specific question that wasn't covered in this tutorial, make sure to check out Frankie's tips in the top right row of buttons. I'm always happy to lend a hand. End of tutorial. Oof. That was good. Do I wishlist it? I probably don't wishlist it. It probably doesn't hit hard enough for me, for my jam. But I will definitely follow it. And maybe I'll wishlist it later and watch for a sale or something. I don't know what its price is going to be set at, but I'm going to follow that one just to keep an eye on it. But for me, it's good. There's nothing wrong with the game. It is just not quite my jam. So a follow for now. We will uninstall Rise of Industry 2. And find a new one. Outworld Station. Outworld Station is the next random demo that the Playnite has served up for us. Playnite. Gotta give props to Playnite. Love this system. Outer World Station. What do we got? Welcome to the Tower System Station Commander. Build, expand, exploit every resource you can to construct a planet-spanning, space-based industrial complex, the likes of which the galaxy has never seen. Construct robot freighters, wormholes, and even harness the awesome power of antimatter in your quest for ever greater industrial mastery. Outworld Station. Atomize asteroids, mine ores, deploy cloud miners, and more to gather raw materials ready to be processed into advanced materials, items, and parts. Set up elaborate supply chains and automate resource gathering and optimize your stations to fulfill your objectives as efficiently as possible. So not massively unlike Rise of Industry that we just checked out, but I think on a more personal level, maybe. And let's be honest, I have such a backlog of games that I don't need to be wishlisting anything. I have a huge backlog of games, and Dune Awakening is coming up in May, and I fully anticipate that is going to suck up my time. Yes, we understand it is early access. Not only is it early access, but this is a demo of an early access. So let's check this out. Asteroid Belt. New session. Hello world. Tutorials on, global events enabled, single player, default behavior, station color is yellow. Anything with a multiplayer option is good. I don't get to play multiplayer with other folk as much as I might like, but it's good to have the option. New primary objective. Welcome to the Tower Station, Commander. Located on the fringes of the known galaxy, Nova Corp has singled out this system for exploration and expansion. As one of our newest station commanders, we expect big things from you, but don't worry, I'll be here to guide you along the way. To start your station off, please fulfill these items: 100 titanium, 50 carbon, and 25 gold. Better get to work. Okay. Okay. Rotate camera with the mouse, with the right mouse. Pan camera with the middle. Pan camera using WASD. Zoom camera using the mouse wheel. Test drone defenses. Enter flight mode with E. Move around using the WASD. Okay. Or move using the middle mouse button. Okay. Destroy all drones. Leave fight mode with a right click. Okay. Tutorial. Moving items. You can transfer items between the station module container or other objects in inventory and your drone by left-clicking it or left-click dragging it into an available slot. Holding shift when clicking an item will move half the stack, while middle-clicking will let you move a specific amount. Hold left control while clicking to attempt to move all stacks of that item. Construct an atomizer and a smelter. I see. Okay. Alright. Build new modules on your station into build mode using the build option in the mode bar. Or press the build hotkey. Build. Connector. Atomizer. What's the rotate? There we go. Whew. What's the most challenging part? Figuring out their weird isometric view. It's space, so it's not really an isometric view at all. And it's fully 3D. Is it 3D? Yeah, it's fully 3D. Yeah. Automate supply chains by connecting station modules together. Modules will automatically send resources to factories and other modules that they are connected to. Connect modules, enter connect mode, and left-click the source module, then left-click the module you want to connect it to. Repeating the process will remove the connection. Right, so an atomizer deconstructs captured asteroids. Cool. And then a smelter. So, connect from there to there. Nice. Connect the smelter to the hub. Connect the atomizer to the smelter. Connect the smelter to the hub. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Drag the titanium asteroid. When you start out, the main way to gather resources is to feed asteroids and other objects to the atomizer module. Use left drag to drag a single object to the atomizer. You can shift left click to drag multiples. Can I see what these things are? That's a titanium asteroid, which is what I needed. Let's drag a titanium asteroid there. Change that recipe to titanium. Oops, I keep hitting the escape button to try and clear these things out. Alright, so we're making progress. 22 of the 100 titanium required have been smelted and shipped to the hub. Looks like a sit back and wait for a moment. Let's try the shift click. Construct 2 additional smelters. That makes sense. Okay. And set, so that's titanium. We'll set this one to gold, and then connect it to the hub, and then we will connect this one to do carbon and connect it to the hub. Alright, so we've got automated titanium, gold, and carbon now, all working concurrently. Oh, I haven't connected the atomizer. Yep, we're delivering. Well, we're not delivering here. That's better. Now they're all connected up. Solar generators provide decent amount of electricity. Gonna run out of power here. Oh, it must be manually aligned to the sun. Huh. And will lose alignment over time. Cool. I think that's... okay. So power... look. Power... solar generation... They actually look like they are pretty well aligned to the sun right at the moment. What sun that there is? It is all on this side of the building. That's 99% sun alignment, so that'll do. Oh, open map view. Oh, wow, look, it's big. Open codex belt. Codex. Recipes. I should be making some glass fiber apparently. Gonna need that. Tutorials. We did all of those. Oh no, look. Zone and system. That's the zone map, and that's just one of the maps in the system. Cool. Activate the sensor view by holding down the backslash key. And it's got lots of... oh, that's lots of things on it. Red is bad. Station overview. Oh. Objectives, primary and optional objectives appear in the top right of the screen. Any items, parts, materials in your hub storage or completed ships within a certain range of your station will count towards these goals. You can send items and ships at any time by clicking on the item under the contract, or wait until the objective items have been met and then click the complete button. Alright, so that's complete. Station overview gives me a view of what's going on. This one here is orange because I've got no more gold. It's not producing because there's no raw gold to produce. Okay. The connector doesn't seem to be required. Like you can put them hard up against each other, but being able to see the things moving around there is kind of cool. All right, that objective is complete. Complete. New parts available. Primary objective completed. Well done, Station Commander. New modules, parts, items are now available for you to utilize. Matter printers can convert raw materials into more complex items ready to be used in further production chains. Use the connect function to automatically feed the output of your smelters into matter printers to speed up production. How can I move that? I wanna like actually take it off. How do I take that away? I remove this thing here. still can't afford it? Why can't I afford it? I'm producing more of these things, right? So that number of it's the ones that are in my pocket. That's the problem. Oops, not that. Alright, lots of stuff being produced now. Fiber optics are not being produced. Or if they're being produced, they're not being delivered. Yep, they should be. Yep, they're being delivered. Alright, so everything's ticking along nicely. Let's go and get some more resources. Maximum weight. Have you checked the resource allocation for fiber optics? We've got that now. Yep, we're good to go there. Fiber optics, we're pulling in these asteroids that have silica in them. The silica gets processed at a smelter into glass fiber, and then at a matter printer into fiber optic cable. Just waiting on the hull plating and the basic frames at this point, and those are a little slower because they both require titanium, so they're fighting over a thing. I wish I could move things. Why is my gun's not working? Oh, F was connect mode, E was fight mode. That was why my gun wasn't working, because I was in connect mode. Funny how that works. when you're in connect mode, you don't fight. Your gun doesn't work. What was the... I don't know what the key command was for going into sensor mode. What was sensor mode? Slash. Go. Just waiting on some basic frames now. So, as much as I enjoyed just now playing Rise of Empire, Rise of Industry, this is much more my speed. But yeah, I'm quite enamored by this already here. I would like to increase the efficiency of this by setting up a second... Well, I could just set it up, couldn't I? I would like to move that smelter out, so I'd like to move several things around here. I'm not happy with the way that they're laid out. Yeah, I don't know, actually, Alicia, if you think about it, the difference between the last game and this game is not huge, and yet this one's a little more, I don't know, engaged, active. The last one, in a lot of ways, felt kind of passive. It wasn't. There was a lot going on in the last one, and highly complex. The complexity, perhaps, over the top because it was. It was all right there on the surface up front. And this, in this one, we're gonna have to like unlock things as we go, and like you don't necessarily get to see how deep the supply chain is from the very beginning. Alright, our mission's complete, so let's send that. Solar generators are out of alignment. New station level, new technologies. The artifact analyzer is now available. Feed any alien artifacts you may find into this unit to unlock important new technologies and upgrades. You can now construct fabricators in order to produce more complex items and simple startup ship parts. Energy storage modules will store excess energy produced by your station, ready to restore energy if you lose power. Let us know when you have all of the required items. How do I destroy a ship component? No, that's moving, like, resources. I'm actually pretty frustrated by this, and not being able to like move a ship module, or even destroy it and have to rebuild it. That would be actually fine right now, but I don't even see that option. What do we got here? Are any of these gold? All the same except for a couple down this way. Oh, that was what those were. Those were the yellow markers in the scanner are these containers. Meteor strike? What do you mean meteor strike incoming? I don't want a meteor strike. Meteor strike sounds bad. No, I'm out of energy. Oh, I just rammed it. That's one way of dealing with the last one. Ah, dear. It was successful. It was neither planned nor a good idea, but it was nonetheless successful. Okay, so the new thing that I can build is a fabricator. Actually, that's like perhaps game breaking for me, that I can't do anything about this module. I want, like, as I've expanded, this module now is in a place that I do not want it, but I can't seem to remove it. Sell? Boom. Sell. Sell is what I was looking for. Sell it all. Sell it all. Okay. Good. General storage. I'm going to put a storage there. I'm going to put another storage. Come on. There. Alright. Now, and let's put one more storage. There. And we're going to do production smelter there. 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 Alright, so that processor is going to make hull plating, which means that this smelter needs to be making titanium. Okay. This is better. This is more like what I wanted to do here. Let's see if I make a fabricator. If I make a fabricator, let's just put that there for test purposes at the moment. Now that I know how to sell is the thing I was looking for, not move or delete, but sell. Solar generators, out of alignment. Okay, that's fine. Nano plating is going to require hull plating and molecular bonding. Reinforced frames are going to require basic frames and molecular bonding. Okay, so what's molecular bonding? It's not something I have a recipe for. silica. Okay. Connector there. Connector there. I haven't looked at the artifact analyzer at all yet, but I haven't found any artifacts either. Oh gosh, this requires 4 frames and 12 molecular bonding things just to make one. Where were the artificial diamonds made? Oh, I may have messed up my my connections actually. It's Oh, that's a mining node right there. Interesting. There was only one asteroid, meteor on that incoming. Barrage that time, so that was good. It was easier to take care of. Those things were not automatically flowing like I thought they were supposed to. Alright, the goods must flow. That looks good. The first nanoplating and reinforced frames are both produced. We got gold and silica. The titanium ore is moving quickly. I suppose some portion of the frames should be being saved as frames rather than as reinforced frames. Does that mean I need to produce a second production run just for the lower tier stuff? This game reminds me an awful lot of setting up Dyson Sphere, actually. We've got this entity, which is our control item. It feels a lot like Dyson Sphere-y kind of stuff. Artificial diamonds. This is producing artificial diamonds, but it's not sending them back to the base. But everything's going to be connected in a grid layout, so no freeforming. Oh, that had a small engine in it. That was something that I needed for unlocking a spaceship that I had found. Go. Aha, now I have an alien artifact. Now I need to build that artifact analyzer thing. Alright, one alien artifact being analyzed. Woot woot! Yeah, I've played a lot of these factory kind of games, like Dyson Sphere. Nanoplating's holding me up here. I suppose not entirely surprising, it's pretty resource intensive. But there's nothing sitting in the output waiting, it is just taking time to produce 50 of those. Oh gosh, there's not much showing up on my scanner at the moment. Seems like I've been doing a fairly efficient job of cleaning up this area of the asteroid belt. So the solar panels out of alignment thing is cute, but I don't know how long it stays cute for, and when it becomes just a pain in the butt to keep on top of. Alright. Mission complete. Main objective station complete. We have a miner and a small shipyard. Optional production. 100 titanium and 120 aluminium plating. New parts unlocked. You can now automate raw material extraction by constructing miners into ore nodes located on some larger asteroids. Miners have connection points which can build onto to create mining substations that serve your main station. The small shipyard has now been unlocked. Small starships can be constructed here to satisfy orders for starships. What about... construct these ships 5 Aeron Starhoppers. In addition, you'll need 25 computers. Building starships. You now receive objectives that require starships to be constructed. Starships are built in the shipyard module and can be queued up to multiple starships using the shipyard's panel. To speed up resource construction, you can now construct miners into resource nodes. Miners have other station modules built into them to create substations which can supply your main base with resources. It's all very well as long as there's a way to transport the resources from the source planet, the mine, let's see what we've got for mining type things. Now I saw, does it show up on my panel here? It doesn't seem to. What about on a map? There we go, it does show up on a map. This dude had a carbon node. So let's build resource miner. Can't afford it. Not enough nanoplating. Oh, and no computers. I'm going to have to build computers. Where are computers built? They're not built in a fabricator. They are built in a fabricator. They're not built in a matter printer. They're built out of circuit boards, which are also built in a fabricator. Fiber optics and gold, and then fiber optics and circuit boards. What is my secondary goal? Multiple meteors incoming. Better go and deal with those. So curious about the spaceships. I haven't got that bit working. I'm short on materials here, so I'm having to fix some other things before I can worry about that. Oh, I need to get a manufacturing a production line for computers working before I can get to the spaceships. And that is how the whole thing goes, really. It's always about just being short of resources so you can do the next thing. And it's kind of the fun of it, is constantly fighting to get enough resources of the one thing. Oh, there was a time limit on the optional production lines. I see. Yeah, so I'm going to call it here. It's 9:20. This is absolutely a game that I will play. So this one definitely goes on the wish list for me. And it's going to be... It's just a grind in the best way for me. It's problem solving, and it's resource management, and it's logical layouts and efficiencies. So this one's definitely a win for me. It's funny how it's so much more of a win for me than the Rise of Industry that was the first half of the stream. So I would have to think fairly hard about that, about why this one is a definite yes, and that one was a, well, it was interesting, but I'd probably never get around to it, honestly. But I find that interesting, and I couldn't actually say what the difference was there, so I do need to perhaps think hard on that and figure out why it is that I feel that way about this one, which was called... one was called Outworld Station, and I'm going to wishlist this. Is there a button right here on here? There's not a button right here. Let's save. New save file. And quit. Go over to Steam and wishlist this one, and then I won't go back to that until they have their release. We'll wait and see what it comes up when it comes out. So we'll take a look. Stand by to make a purchase of that one, but it's going to go in the backlog. The backlog is just so huge. And that leaves us with what do we got there? A dozen or more? I probably don't need to go back to Survival Machine. I started that, but I was just really distracted while I was testing it, so I haven't finished that one. But Outworld demo. Come on, Steam. Wishlist that. Take that off the computer. That one's done. Follow and wishlist and uninstall it. Which will leave us with, what's that, 4, 8, 12, 14, and Survival Machine is one that I have started on. I could probably remove that. It looked fun, but wouldn't be one that I would ever get back to. I'm looking forward to Automate It and Seven Seas Adventure. Those are the two that I'm most interested in that we've got coming up. Whisper of the Shallows. Take that one off. Oh, it's currently running. So I can't remove it right at the moment. But that's me. That's it. That's it. So we tested 2 games this evening. We tested Rise of Industry 2 and Outworld Station. Both of them were good. For me, the Outworld Station hit just a little bit better, and I'm going to wishlist that one. I hope you all had an opportunity to check out some Steamfest games and demos and found something that you enjoyed as well. I will be back maybe tomorrow night, actually, because I am bacheloring it, and 15-year-olds don't care about their dads anyway, so it's basically just me, and I get to do whatever the fuck I want this week. So look for me tomorrow night, and we will see what else we can get served up, and so I'll see you then. In the meantime, please don't forget to hug your loved ones and stay curious. Good night, everyone.